Welcome to the show, viewers. I'm your host, Molo Collins, and of course, this is Sporting TV, your number one leading sports channel. And before we move on, remember to view, like, subscribe, and share, and also drop a comment on the comment section down below. Also, hit the notification button so that you can be amongst the first ones to be notified when Molo Collins, and on YouTube, it's on Sporting TV. And on show today, I'm happy to have Coach Mahia, who is going to help me break down all the details in this discussion, which we are going to focus our attention on the KPL title contenders, that is Gor Mahia, the 19-time champions of the KPL title, against Tusker, and Tusker currently are the most successful team in the history of this competition with a total of 13 titles. And the question is, will Gor Mahia be 20th time lucky to lift this title, or Tusker, will it be their time this time to lift their 14th time KPL title? And Coach Mahia, this is where you come in, and we see that it's a neck-to-neck race between Tusker and Gor Mahia. Your take on this, Coach Mahia?
Thank you for inviting me in this show. To start with, I do believe that Gor has an edge over Tusker, given that they have 2 points ahead of them. And going by what we are seeing is that there are two matches remaining, so that gives them a do or die. At least if they will win all their game, then they are good to go. They will lift the trophy. But then comes the challenge, because they are having a very difficult match. They are playing Kakamega Homeboys, and then they will be playing City Stars. So I do believe that also there are matches to give a challenge to their strength. So I do believe Gor has also to give the best that they can.
Both teams, that is Tusker and Gor Mahia, have to give their best in order for them to win this title. And before we go on, I'd just like to take you through the log, and we see that Gor Mahia is currently perched at the summit of the log, having played 32 matches, won 19 of those, draw 10, and Gor Mahia has lost 3, and they have accumulated a total of 67 points. Tusker, on the other hand, are currently second on that log, having played also 32 matches, won 19, drawn 8, lost 5, and they've accumulated a total of 65 points. The difference between the two teams being only 2 points. And now, Coach Mahia, Gor Mahia, their next match is a very difficult match, and they are facing this very informed team in the name of Kakamega Homeboys, that is at home, and their second fixture is against City Stars away. Compared to Tusker fixture, Tusker facing Posta Rangers away and Vihiga Bullets at home. Vihiga Bullet having already been relegated. And just recently we saw that ICTCS Owalo had a luncheon with Posta Rangers, promising them goods if at all they defeat Tusker. Your take on these 2 matches remaining for Gor Mahia and Tusker?
Now, incentives are good, and when you are given some promises to make good your game, I do believe you will go for it. And in any case, for Tusker are well known for their finishing touch in any given tournament. So I do believe they will amass all the points. But then that leaves Gor. Might be it is a game. It is the tournament that they should win, and they shouldn't let anything slip at the moment. I do believe that Gor has all it takes given that they are ahead with 2 points. I think if they will keep their cool, I think this match is down and dusted, and it will be goals. But then if they let off their hook, their guard, now I think they are in for a surprise. Tusker will come in and they will take the trophy from them.
Now, the last time we saw that when Gor Mahia did manage to lift this cup was in 2019-2020 season, and since then they've not been able to retain this cup, and Tusker has won it 2 times on a trot with a very experienced Robert Matano. In fact, Robert Matano is the most successful coach in the history of this KPL competition, having won it thrice with Tusker and once with Sofapaka way back in 2008, making him the most successful local coach in the history of Kenya Premier League. And on the other side, we have Jonathan McKinstry, the 37-year-old Ireland, coming from Ireland. And you think that this coach McKinstry, a very young coach at 37, do you think that he will be 20th time lucky to make Gor Mahia lift this cup?
No, I think it's Gor Mahia's game to lose, or even this premiership, because they are way ahead with the 2 points. That's an advantage when given that there are 2 matches remaining. But then that will be up to the team to keep their cool and concentrate, and they shouldn't take anything for granted. Given that that coach has come and has revitalized Gor, it shows that he has something to offer. So it's kudos for the coach because he is young, and he's shown that even young coaches can come up, even with so much or little experience, and still deliver. Now I do believe that gives us a self-belief that even young coaches can do something. Yeah.
Now, between these two teams who are neck to neck in this KPL title, who do you think that has a lesser fixture? Because Gor Mahia facing Kakamega Homeboys, and their next match is against City Stars, and Tusker on the other side is facing Posta Rangers and already relegated Vihiga Bullets. Between these two teams, who do you think has a lesser fixture compared to the other one?
No, I think Tusker has all it takes to take all the 6 points, but then when it comes to football, nothing is impossible. Even for the team that are going for relegation, they will like to spoil I would say they'll like to spoil the party and be the focus on that occasion. So I do believe that Tusker has the easiest of fixtures, but then they shouldn't underrate Posta Rangers and Vihiga Bullets. So I do believe that in as much as we are talking about advantage, then Gor has an added advantage, given that they are 2 points ahead of Tusker. So I do believe that if this cup has to be won, I think it's for Gor to lose. I do believe they've got everything going ahead of this this fixture. Yeah.
It's going to be a very interesting scenario, keeping in mind that Matano is a very experienced coach and he has done it before. And now the question that is lingering on everyone's minds is, McKinstry have all it takes to crack it and finally lift the title? Now, Coach Mahish, we are seeing a scenario that is pitting a very experienced coach and a coach who is having his first season in the Kenya Premier League. What do you think, how will the scenario unfold between these two tacticians?
No, I think there's everything in this game, so this one won't come out because they are not playing against each other. That's one thing. If they were playing against each other, then we would have quantified what kind of coaches that we have. But then, given by the history and where they are, I do believe that Matano has done a very good job, even though maybe Gor has been up there for the better times that they've been playing. I think they are the current reigning champions in as much they are the most successful, and Tusker is the second most successful. So I do believe it's a kind of a seesaw, and if at all they will come out and play their game, I think Gor will win this game. But then Matano want to spoil the party, so I do believe that he won't take anything for granted. So he will go for a win for both game, the two games. He will go out there and urge his boys to get the required results. And I do believe it's also the same case with Gor Mahia. They won't take anything for granted because they know that Tusker is just behind there, pressurizing them that in any slip they will come out shining. So I do believe when we talk about a game, now we should also consider if at all there is a tie, or if at all the goal differences also should come in.
Yeah, the goal difference should also come in handy in any case. Yes. That the two teams have tied attention to the players. We see that Gor Mahia have a very experienced players, that is in the name of Philemon Otieno, the captain. We also have George Blackberry Odhiambo, and also we have the speedy winger who is currently doing duty in Mauritius for Harambee Stars. And on the other side we have the evergreen Humphrey Mieno and Kevin Mumani. Do you think that the experienced players, is it their time now to come out and show the way for the young players to follow, for them to wrap up this league, Coach Maish?
Yes, in everything they will always look up to those who are experienced, and they will like to emulate them. So I do believe every player wants to play with the experienced players, and they've done that. They've gotten where they are because they've come out shining, or because I do believe that currently they've been doing things that when you look at somebody, you just feel that he's tried his best and he's been doing all that it takes. So I do believe every time you look at a player, you see that he has done something that is, he had some consistency in his game, and the results always speak for themselves, because the most experienced team always comes the best. So I think it's, as I told you, it's for Gor to lose this tournament, because they've got the most experienced players, and they've got the impulse even to come out shining in this game. Unlike Tusker, who've got a coach who is experienced, but then they are 2 points behind. I think that gives them a head start in these fixtures.
Wow, and it will be very interesting to see how the season will finally unfold. And the other question is, Coach Maish, we've seen that the FKF president, that is Nick Mwendo, has said that this time round there won't be any prizes awarded for the team that clinches this KPL title. And is this a good way to go for Kenyan football? Because we see at the end of the day, you have to be fighting for something and not just trophies, and you have to have money in your pocket. And when the FKF president Nick Mwendwa says that there will be no awarding of any kind financially for the team that clinches this cup, is it a good way for motivation of players, Coach Maish?
No, I think that's where they miss out, because all the year long you can see that the players the team, the coach, the fans, they are spending a lot, and they will like something to take back, at least a kickback. I do believe it's so embarrassing when you say that you've been playing a game and there are no prizes. It shows that there is, to show the list, there is lack of organization in that federation. Although I don't mean any offense, but then you can just tell that it's so disheartening. How can, now let's take England for example. How can England in the FA say that there is no money, and the people have been spending in the transfer, in bringing up players, even in traveling, and then you tell them that there is no money? It's a joke. It's a big joke, and I think these kids need motivation. They need something that they will be fighting for. It's not only cup, but then there should be a price tag on that cup. Now I do believe in any given tournament, that should be the cutting edge in everything that the boys do. They need something to brag about or to go home with, apart from the prize. Yeah.
Well, Nick Mwendwa, the ball is in your court, and the teams that are currently participating in this KFF Premier League are going through a lot financially, and I think that the government should also see this and come to the rescue of this Kenyan football. And it cuts across all the ages, and on logistics and in terms of transportation, and also so many other things that crop up when a team is preparing for a match, and it takes a lot of money. And now, Coach Maish, I'd just like to take your final thoughts, and I'd just like you to bite the bullet. Is it Gor Mahia taking this title, or is it Tusker?
Yeah, if I was to put my money on, I'll put for Gor Mahia, because they are way ahead of Tusker with 2 points, and I think that's an added advantage. Even though they've got a hard fixture, but then I think they will go through that. And Tusker, they are good, but then right at the moment, now that goodness will not deliver anything, because they are looking at a team that is 2 points ahead of them. So I do believe they are disadvantaged in this. They are handicapped in this. Now I do believe, now going back to that question that you are asking, I do believe that the government should come to KPL's rescue, because they've done that. You can see that recently Emmanuel and who they were given something for what they have achieved. Now I think the government should look into this and come in handy and see that there is a reward to this match. I do believe it's so ashaming when there is no match, there is no money attached to any prize money, to any trophy. There should always be a prize money attached to any tournament. It's so embarrassing, to say the least. Yeah.
Well, Nick Mwendwa, the ball is in your court, and to Gor Mahia and to Tusker, may the best team win this competition, and that's a wrap for us, and it has been a good show. Keep on viewing, keep on subscribing, and also don't forget to drop a comment on the comment section down below. Hit that notification button so that you'll be amongst the first one to be notified when we do drop a new content. Coach Maish, and from us and the rest of my crew, it's bye-bye for now. Keep on supporting this channel. I'm your host, Molo Collins, and I was also around the able hand of Coach Maish.
Thank you.
It's bye-bye for now.